What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Laughing Coyote, and today I'll be talking about Mohammad Rizwan, the Superman, Rizwan L, Rizwan Kent, Rizzy, the Superman, the Man of Steel, the one and all. Mohammad Rizwan. Let's wind the clock back all the way to 1992. June 1st, a baby boy was born in the city of Peshawar, Pakistan. By the way, I was born there as well. او زلته ناست یم دا ویډیوز جوړوم هغه لاړو هیرو شو پس دا چې خپل قسمتي نو. Anyways, back to the video. So yes, he was born in Peshawar in 1992 on June 1st, which makes him 28 years old. He debuted first on the international level, that is, in the ODIs, first against Bangladesh on the 17th of April in 2015, and in the same tour against Bangladesh, he debuted in T20s as well in April, 24th of April. A year later, he gets to debut in Test as well in 2016 in November against New Zealand. Now, why am I sharing his story with you guys? Well, here's the thing. The story is quite inspirational. It's a redemption story, it's a comeback story, it's an underdog story, and it's an inspiration to all the young players out there in the world, and that is why I want to share this story with you guys. Now, the way I'm gonna break down his stats are by year, because I really want you to understand what I mean when I say this is a comeback story. In T20 Internationals, when he made his first debut in 2015, played 6 innings, scored 102 runs with 33 as his high score, averaging 20.4 only. Not a great start, no 50s, no 100s. And a strike rate of 97.1 as well, which is not that great in a T20 International. In 2016, the poor man was only given 1 innings and he only scored 4 runs, so that's an average of 4. Again, no 50s, no 100s. His career should be going up, but it's going down instead. Let's go over to ODI. He also started his ODI career in 2015. Now that started off a little better than the T20s. He got 12 innings, scored 332 runs, high score of 75, 36.9 average, with 350s at a strike rate of 96. Now that's not that bad. It's not great, but it's not that bad. In 2016, he played 6 innings in ODIs and only scored 77 runs total in those 6 innings. Not great at all, giving him an average of 15.4. High score of 34, no 50s, no 100s. In T20s, things went from bad to worse for him. After 2016, he was completely dropped. No 2017, no 2018 games. In ODI, however, he did get a chance in 2017. He got only 4 games, and much like the previous year, that was also very disappointing. Just 51 runs with high score of 21, averaging 17 exactly. No 50s, no 100s, and a very low strike rate of 63 as well. Let's take a look at his Test career, which started in 2016. He only played 1 match, which gave him 2 innings, and even in those 2 innings, in one of the innings, he didn't score any runs. He didn't get out, he was not out, but he did not score any runs. That one innings that he did get a chance to score runs, he scored 13 runs, and so his average is 13, high score of 13, no 50s, no 100s. And well, that's it. He didn't get a chance in 2017 in Test or 2018. Dropped from Test, dropped from T20, dropped from ODI. And it was because Sarfaraz Ahmed was the captain at the time. And if you remember correctly, in 2017, Sarfaraz Ahmed led Pakistan in the Champions Trophy final against India, the arch nemesis, to win the Champions Trophy. Now that's a huge achievement for Pakistan. And because of that, Sarfaraz became a hero. And his opponent, Rizwan, all of a sudden was kicked out of the team, dropped from the national squad, demoted to the bench in the PSL by Karachi Kings. He became the second choice wicketkeeper for Karachi. Chadwick Walton from West Indies became their number 1 choice. But that did not deter him from pursuing his childhood dream, which was to be a professional cricketer and play for Pakistan on the ultimate level, the international level. He went back to the nets. He went back to domestic level, played hard, played his heart out, worked really hard day in, day out. We did not hear anything from him. No media presence, no press conferences, no drama, no BS, just hard work. Nothing else. Now, there's a lesson in there for some of our, other players who claim all sorts of drama and blame other people rather than themselves for their shortfalls. Not Rizwan though. Rizwan is very humble. He said, I am not good enough. I do not deserve to be in Pakistan, and I will come back when I am deserving of a spot in Pakistan's national squad. He makes a comeback in 2019, but it's not that great of a comeback. If you look at 2019 T20 International record, 6 innings, 74 runs only, with a high score of 31, averaging 14.8. In ODIs, he plays 6 innings in 2019, 245 runs, 115 high score, averaging 49 with 200s. In Tests in 2019, he played 6 innings, 202 runs, 95 high score, 40.4 average. Previous average was 13. That's a huge improvement with 250s as well. His record drops a bit in 2020 with only 3 innings. Pakistan didn't play that many ODIs in 2020, but even the few ODIs that he did get a chance in, he didn't do so well. So his 2020 record in ODIs is not that great. 3 innings, only 25 runs, 14 high score, and an average of 8.3. Again, he did not let that put him down. What did he do instead? He went to the domestic level. He went to play for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, which is a province in Pakistan. Peshawar is a city or the capital of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. That's where he was born. He went back to his roots. He became the captain of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and won the national T20 Cup for Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. As the captain, he was made the captain and he won the cup that year, earning himself a spot back in the squad in 2020 in T20 International. And boy, look at his record then. 5 innings, 133 runs, high score of 89, averaging 44.3. Wow, that's quite a comeback, isn't it? But that's not where things stop. I mean, let's take a look at some of the other formats. We move on to 2020 in Test. The man just keeps improving. 7 innings this time, 302 runs, 72 high score, which makes it an average of 43.1, 3.1 increase yet again in his average. But that's not where he stopped. In 2021, 5 innings, 237 runs, 115 high score. He finally gets his 100 in Test. Average of 59.3, another massive jump in his average. 150 added to his record as well. Now, at this point, a lot of people start criticizing him because his ODI record have really improved. His Test record has gone up like it's just crazy. His wicket-keeping skills, by the way, he has 32 catches in Test and a stumping as well. He also has 32 catches in ODI, 3 runouts and 1 stumping as well. On the T20 International level, he has 10 catches, 5 runouts and 5 stumpings. And the most important part about his wicket-keeping is, now I'm not entirely sure how they measure this, but his ratio of successful catches versus failed catches, meaning caught and dropped, his ratio of mistakes made versus mistakes avoided is the highest since 2018 in the world of cricket. No other wicketkeeper has a higher percentage of catches taken, stumpings, and runouts. He is the perfect wicketkeeper, as well as a very improved batsman. A lot of people started talking about his T20 career, how it's not that great, how his strike rate is low. Guess what this man did? Again, came back like the champion he is. In 2021, on the T20 International level, played just 3 innings. That's less than 2020. In 2020, he played 5 innings. But guess what? He scored more runs in those 3 innings than the 5 previous years' innings. 197 runs, 104 high score. So he finally got his T20 International century as well, at an average of 98.5. You heard that correctly. 98.5. And he squished all the haters with his performance. Nothing else. No media, no drama, no bullshit, no mental torture, none of that. Just hard work and performance. And this is why I say this is something for the youngsters all around the world to learn from. It's an inspirational story, regardless of where you're from. England, Australia, India, New Zealand, West Indies, doesn't matter. Everybody loves a comeback story, an underdog story, and this is as good as any. Now I'll mention his current career stats as well. Test, he's played 20 innings, 754 runs, high score of 115 not out, 44.4 average. very decent. 106 50s. In ODIs, he's played 31 innings, 730 runs, 115 high score, average of 30.4, 200s, and 3 50s. In T20 International, he's played 21 innings, 510 runs, 31.9 average, high score of 104 not out, 102 50s. And this is why I wanted to do a breakdown to really make you understand his comeback story, as well as to let you know that his overall career stats don't really represent the Rizwan that we're seeing today, because these stats obviously include his earlier years as well, and those years he wasn't that great of a player. If that's not enough for you, well, let me tell you this. He was dropped by Karachi Kings as well. That's how bad it got for him in the PSL. But guess what? You know what they say, hard work makes you lucky. He gets picked up by Multan Sultans, and not only does he get picked up by Multan Sultans in the PSL, he gets the captain's badge. He becomes the captain of Multan Sultans. That's right, he becomes the vice captain of the national squad. Pakistan national team vice captain today in Test is Mohammad Rizwan. He is the second only wicketkeeper in the world of cricket, not in Pakistan, in the world of cricket, after the great Brendan McCullum, to get a century in all three formats. The second only wicketkeeper in the world. That is very impressive. Now, if that is not inspirational, I don't know what is. Love this guy. I wish him all the best. And now everybody loves him. They're calling him the Superman. His teammates and the fans around the world, those same fans who hated him, who didn't want him in the squad, wanted Sarfaraz instead, now cannot get enough of him. They want more of Rizwan. That's the story of Mohammad Rizwan, the Superman. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, do drop a like, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Do let me know which other players I can do like this. I've got a few in mind already and I'm working on them, but do let me know just in case I'm missing a player that has a good story like this. Thank you for watching. Do check out my other channels as well. Links are in the description down below, as well as my social media accounts. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, have a nice